Hello friends and champions from all over the world. Today we're getting real. I know these things because I've done them on my own account. And a bunch of content creators will try to warn you against not doing these 5 mistakes that will easily set you back, make you want to quit, make you want to restart. Things that are completely inevitable throughout your raid journey, especially if you haven't played the genre. Don't worry, every mistake is fixable. Let's get right into it, but first, don't forget to use my promo link to get yourself a free legendary Raffmatab, as well as the epics Tagore, Ugo, and Lady Quillen as you level up. Here's how to do it. Log out of Plarium Play on PC and uninstall. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Launch raid and complete the tutorial. Go to your inbox and claim your first champ. And that is all you have to do to get your free legendary Raffmatab, as well as Tagore, Ugo, and Lady Quillen as you level up in progress. So don't miss out and click on my link right now. Alright, now number one thing that will set you back in your raid journey is booking your champions sporadically. Say you start your game with Raffmatab from using my promo link and you get another free legendary champion through a code. Let's pick, for example, Tuhanrak, because they're both barbarians, no? So you get your Raffmatab right here, you get your Tuhanrak, and then whatever legendary skill tomes you obtain throughout the first couple of months of your raid journey, you split between these two champions. Stop right there. Stop right there. You get your High Khotun, let's say, you get a few more epics, and you start splitting in between books. Stop right there. I used to do this thing in the very beginning, where I would start booking out someone, and then I would leave them, and I would continue and finish booking out someone else, and then I would leave them, and by month 3, I had about 5 fully booked out champions out of, let's say, 50. One by one, not sporadically. If you decide to start with Kayle as your actual in-game starter champion, you start with Kayle, you fully book him out, it takes you rare books. You can find these much easier than epic skill tomes or legendary skill tomes. And also another very important one, I'm not gonna count it as a separate mistake, but I'm gonna count it towards the booking kind of mistakes. Do not book your rares with epic skill tomes. Do not book your epic champions with legendary skill tomes. Don't mismatch them like this, because you will have the option to use whichever skill tome to level up the skills of your rare champions. If you have both Legos and Mythicals and epics, you will have them here available as an option. Never click on them. Just stick to rares for rares, epics to epics, and legendaries for legendaries. Lego skill tomes take so much time to accumulate on your account in the very beginning as an early gamer. Pick a champion, pick your starter, pick someone who would really help your progress, and stick to them until you fully book them out, and then move on to the next champion. Mistake number 2 is rolling useless gear. And this is something that I used to do for a very long time. Let me see if I can find you an example here, because I recently did a gear cleanse, and I got rid of a lot of the pieces that I have left. These speed boots. These boots are kind of a good contender for me to talk about. So I rolled once in crit damage, once in attack, and once in flat defense, and I haven't sold them nor taken them off my Neldor Rhymeblade. But what should have happened here, ultimately, is a double roll in crit damage, or double roll in attack, and nothing in between. If this defense flat rolled within the first 8 levels of rolling, should have sold it immediately. And I'm gonna give you here, I guess, an example with this pinpoint helmet. We roll it up to level 4. See how it rolls. 1 in crit rate. Let's see if it rolls twice in the crit rate. It did! I don't know if this warrants for me to keep this helmet. I was really hoping on it landing in a double speed. And this is, I would say, redundant leveling up of artifacts. Of course, you don't have a choice up until you start farming for stage 16 in most dungeons and stage 20, where you will actually start getting most of your 5-6 star pieces. But until then, rolling these up to level 16 is a little redundant in my book. Without confusing any further, depending on the set that you're rolling, you want to have these double rolls, triple rolls, fall in certain stats. Speed, you're gonna look for speed, naturally. For nuker pieces, you're gonna look for nuker stats, crit rate, crit damage, attack. For supports, HP nukers, you're gonna be looking for HP percent. For defense nukers and defense champions, you're gonna be looking for defense. Debuffers need accuracy, etc, etc, etc. The more of the same rolls that you can get on a piece of artifact, the better. Some sets have other rules that apply, but for the most part, if you get sporadic rolls, some rolls in flat stats, or just like a level everywhere, it's not warranted to level that up all the way up to level 16. Number 3 is an easy one to miss, and that is not getting all of your masteries on all of your champions. I am still guilty of this one. I find champions here and there that I haven't finished doing masteries for, like this Prince Kaimar. I only have the Elder Scrolls Skyrim left to get for him. What kind of scrolls are they called? Master, Max, what is it? Advanced Scrolls? I will call them Elder Scrolls. This Cheshire Cat is already at level 45 rank 6 and I still haven't even started, and I've already built him out in artifacts, which will make my run 10,000 times slower if I decide to get Cheshire Cat through Minotaur right now. What I'm doing currently is I'm running Minotaur with 2 champions that I desperately need the scrolls for ASAP, and that is Lamassu and Mithrala. And this strategy has helped me focus on them. I haven't built either one out yet. I am just earning masteries for maybe 4 or 5 very long consecutive days. I have been gathering their scrolls, but we're very close to finishing them. When I only pick out 2 champions like that, it helps me focus on them. I just farm for scrolls much faster that way. But it still takes a bunch of energy. Ultimately, you want to fill up all of these empty slots with champions that need their masteries done as well. And they need to be rank 6th. And you need to start with them a couple of levels in advance before they hit level 50 and rank 5 tops. Then you upgrade them to rank 6. You plug them back in here after a couple of brews or campaign runs. And by the time they reach level 60, they should have all their masteries on them. That's what I've tried to time here with Mithrala and Lamassu in particular. But it is very energy costly, guys. You should know that. You're either going to be farming for food or you're going to be farming for masteries. You don't have energy for both. But get all of your masteries on all of your champions. The very good final masteries lie here in the last 3 skill for your nukers that either be War Master or Helm Smasher, depending on whether you want to use them in PvE or PvP. For your support champions, it's gonna be these ones here at the very bottom. But the 2 most important ones for damage dealing are here at War Master and here on Helm Smasher. And for that, your champions need to be maxed out. Not to mention that you're gonna get abilities here that are gonna help you become faster in Arena. They will boost your artifact set's base stats. They will decrease turn meters, increase turn meters, and generally help your champions in a fight. These masteries are not there for naught. And I know that a lot of people say that some champions have optional mastery requirements. I don't believe that. I believe that masteries will help absolutely every champion. Prove me wrong in the comment section, of course. Try to. I can think of one scenario where that could be wrong if you're dealing with a particular speed tuned team or like a speedrun team, like a 3-hit type of team, but that means you're already in late game, and why are you watching this video at all? Mistake number 4 is empowering your champions before chucking them as faction guardians. You are gonna get these champions very rarely when you get an epic or you get a legendary. The last thing you should do is be quick to empower these champions, chuck them in your faction guardians. They're gonna give you a permanent boost up for the entire rarity of the entire faction. Every single champion from that faction will get a bonus depending on their rarity. I've seen so many guys, so many people use their legendaries to empower legendaries before they filled up their faction guardian slots. It pains me. How many times do you think you're gonna hit a double Trunda or a triple Mashal, you know? The moment you get a duplicate legendary, the first thing you do is go into the faction guardians. No more questions asked. And mistake number 5 is avoiding arena and not working on your affinity bonuses or area bonuses for that matter. Live arena is good for this one thing. It's gonna give you some crests. Same way as classic arena is gonna give you these medals that you can put in your Great Hall. Your live arena fights are gonna reward you with crests that you can use here to upgrade your area bonuses as well. We like to say start with accuracy because 90% of the champions in the game love accuracy and they require it to function properly. And then you can concern yourselves with crit damage, resistance and defense and HP percent and attack percent and etc. But start with accuracy, start with one node and then go down and level them up one by one. As for area bonuses, a lot of people recommend that you put your first couple of medals in Demon Lord, accuracy in particular, or crit damage. I would ask you to hold off from using the one on speed. Accuracy and crit damage are good, but I would say it's a little bit of a waste even to do crit damage on Demon Lord, particularly. Accuracy could still work, but crit damage, you're gonna realize that very soon your account is gonna get up to the point where dealing damage in Demon Lord is not that hard. And if you do put some in speed, make sure that if you are building a speed tune team with the Deadwood Jedi calculator, you take under consideration to speed up. But just recently, they introduced hard faction wars, so now people have been putting their crests in faction wars. Area bonuses, I would say go ahead and do the same. You can invest in every single stat. You can invest in accuracy, crit damage, ignore defense, speed. Well, these are for me the top 4 most important ones to develop. You can forget about potion keeps. Dungeons and Iron Twins and Doom Tower you can also kind of leave behind. But Hydra, some Demon Lord faction wars are very good to put your first couple of medals in and just focus on improving these area bonuses. Do not slack on your arenas. And that also goes to say about Tag Team Arena, because you're gonna get a mission at one point that asks you to get to Gold Tag Team Arena. I'm not sure if it was for Ramantu or Marius. I'm more prone to thinking that it was a Ramantu mission, but beware. And that first level 10 will be your first big barrier to getting Arbiter. So follow these missions. They're gonna tell you basically how to play the game. If you're unsure as to how to move direction-wise, you live and you learn, right? My entire raid journey has just been trial and error, and error and error and error, apparently. But I know that at one point, I'll know the game inside out. So this is your sign. If you do any of these, stop immediately. There is turning back. You don't have to reset. You don't have to set up a new account. Just a little streamlining and you will swim right on top. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you again in the next one. Bye!